Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 22nd. We're going to jump right in here, Gemini, and we're just going to see what is going on for you. In your first row, we're actually kicking it old school, and we're going to do like an old school reading. So in your first row, we're going to look at your current general energies just in general. In your next row, we're going to look at any messages from your future self that could be coming out here. Interesting, you have that North Node card as well. We just had the triple conjunction with the North Node in Taurus. So, and it says step outside your comfort zone. Literally what that triple conjunction represents. Next, we're going to look at any anything unexpected that could be coming in for you just in general. And finally, we're going to look at any messages from your guides in the last row. We're also going to be pulling 3 yes or no question cards at the end, and I will give you time to think of your questions, but we will be doing that at the end as well. You start here with this 10th house authority card. I feel you need to become an authority here. You have the Queen of Wands. It's also interesting that you have the Queen of Wands, and then you have this World in the next card. Sometime in the next row over, I should say. Sometimes I feel the World is literally saying that you could be on top of the world if you choose, to take the lead in some area of your life. And you can see here that he's kind of climbing to the top of a mountain on this card. So I feel for a lot of you that there could be some improvements that are coming in for you, but it's going to require a little bit of work. Sometimes, it kind of reminds me of like 10th house transits. I've done astrology for many years for people, and sometimes I've noticed someone will have like a pretty good 10th house transit, like maybe Jupiter's in their 10th house or something like that. I'm just giving you an example here of the energy I'm getting, and that's considered very positive, but they might actually experience a bunch of challenges while Jupiter is in their 10th house, right? And and this isn't always true. I'm just giving you an example of the energy I'm feeling. I feel like you could be coming off of a bunch of challenges. I feel like these challenges were trying to bring you to the top. And that's why I think people who have 10th house challenges, it's like the universe is saying, are you ready for this? Are you ready to, step up to the plate? Are you ready to expand into your 10th house energy, whatever you want to call it? I kind of get that for you. And 10th house is amazing. It's a house of authority, but it's like good house for money, career, business, all those things. Really good for that. You have the Two of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Swords here. Every single person has been getting the Two of Swords like crazy for the past few weeks. Two of Swords, I feel, is coming up because I really feel we need to realize that we can make a change right now. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world. Doesn't matter what's happening around you. Doesn't matter what's happening, in the markets or anything like that. You can choose to go over here. There's something behind her, a new island, and she's sitting where she has always been. But she can choose to just ignore all that. She can get into the water and she can walk over to that new island, which might have something much better for her. And you have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands says to me that you are driven or you are feeling pulled in a new direction. To me, she is extremely bold, very assertive, and she really goes for what she wants, the Queen of Wands. And I feel like that's the energy you need to embrace at this time, whatever you are feeling inspired to do. And I would move towards inspiration with this energy. You could be feeling inspired to start a new business. You could be feeling inspired to go on an adventure, to move. All those things are coming up. And I would definitely do it because, again, I feel like it'll lead to a victory. The Ace of Swords is a big victory. You can see that the sword is above those mountains. It kind of represents the fact that we will always have obstacles and challenges in life, but we will always be able to overcome those obstacles and challenges because the sword is above the mountains. So again, you will always have challenges. Life is not necessarily meant to be easy. I'm sorry if nobody's ever told you that, right? But I don't know, sometimes I get comments where I'm like, we don't live in like fairy tale la la land, right? We live in the real world. We're here to experience, I believe we're here to experience resistance, as Esther Hicks says, more or less, but we're here to move more towards less resistance. We're here to move towards, creating our own reality, and I think more of us could do it, if we kind of tried, number one, but if we just face some things that we have to face, if we created more balance as well. Normally these golden yods, these are golden, these little yods right here, and normally they're golden, but normally they're also in perfect balance. They're actually not in balance in this deck. One of them is a little bit weird shaped, but what I would say is I feel like you're kind of bringing things into balance in your life, or bringing things into balance would be a good idea. Let's see here. I do feel there's some sort of, I get like apology energy here, just kind of like a little bit of a side note. By the way, Gemini, if you're waiting for an apology, there could be an apology. With the Two of Swords, you have the Emperor taking control. Like I said, the Emperor, he's really ready to go at a moment's notice. You can see that he's sitting here in his robe or his cloak or whatever, but he has armor on underneath his cloak. So I kind of feel you're getting ready to take action towards this new world, which again, we see right here, this whole top row. It's like the world, Two of Cups, something that's a perfect match to you. Doesn't have to be love. Could be an opportunity to go on an adventure with the Knight of Wands. Pretty simple. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Ten of Cups. It's like whatever you're thinking about doing is your Ten of Cups. I feel like it is your happily ever after, your fortune after difficulty, whatever you want to call it. So I would definitely get moving. I also feel you are very attractive at this time. So if y'all want love, I always say Queen of Wands, Ten of Cups. This to me is like one of the best dating combinations, one of the best love combinations for getting attention. So if you're single and looking, and again, it doesn't matter if you're male, female, whatever you identify as, don't care. Queen of Wands is just the energy that's surrounding you. You're beautiful, Gemini. There you go. So I would put yourself out there with that Ten of Cups, the world. It's like really good for those of you looking to get attention and love. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Hermit. Hermit says you've been through a lot. Again, funny enough, he's standing at the top of a mountain. So you have clearly overcome some obstacles and challenges recently, which I basically said at the beginning of the reading. That's really the feeling that I get here, is that you have overcome some things recently that have maybe you feel like have held you back or have prevented you from finding success, which maybe they have. You know, I'm not saying that they haven't, by the way. Next, in your next row for messages from your future self, you have this card that says, step out of your comfort zone, this North Node card. Like I said, with that triple conjunction in Taurus, we talked all about this in the August bonus readings, that I feel for most people, the comfort zone that we're leaving is doing things the same way. It's like funny to me, you know, I said in one of the other videos, it's funny to me that all of a sudden I've been seeing a lot of videos on YouTube. I'm sure maybe some of you have seen them as well, of kind of like YouTubers complaining about YouTube, right? And I always say it's like YouTube goes through these cycles where it's like always changing and stuff like that. But again, man, if that isn't, you know, a triple conjunction between Uranus, Mars, and the North Node in Taurus, I don't know what is. But it's about, you know, it's basically because most YouTubers probably have been doing things the same way. So what do we have to do? We have to adapt. We have to change. That's literally what this is saying. So I feel that there are things in your life that if they're not working, it doesn't say that they're not going to keep working, right? So maybe you have a YouTube channel, a business, maybe things in your career seem to be going the wrong direction, or even your love life. It doesn't say stop. It says find another way. Do things a different way. Maybe things have just become too much the same. You have the World, the Three of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. I truly believe that this is one of the best solutions of all time right now, Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is basically co-creation. It is a card of teamwork, but you know, you can see that all three of these people are working to build something that is meant to represent great quality. The Three of Pentacles is not just a card of building something, it's a card of building something of great quality. So I feel that in a lot of ways, if you're working together with other people, could be very helpful for you. It's also a card of displaying something. He is displaying the work that he has completed. So again, as I've said to other people, a great way to co-create right now is if you're creating something, or if you want to create something like YouTube videos, write a book, present a great works, whatever you want to do, doesn't matter. I would present it to the world, because again, when we do something like that, when we create a YouTube video, when we put a piece of art into the world, whatever, we're co-creating with the people who get to enjoy it as well. And again, I really, really try to hammer this right now because I feel like it's super important. Probably like one of the most spiritual things we could be doing. People always ask me, like, what is my spiritual path? And I always say, we're here to create our own reality. That's really it. And I know people want me to say like, oh, to end world hunger and things like that. That could be part of it, right? That could absolutely be part of your spiritual path. But really, we're here to create our own reality, whatever that means to you. And I think one of the best things you can do right now is inspire the world by, you know, overcoming an obstacle, putting a piece of work, you know, art into the world, like I said, or something that maybe you feel like you haven't been. This time really reminds me of Les Brown, you know, one of my favorite people of all time. He says the richest place on earth is a graveyard, because, you know, there are books that were never written, poems that were never put into the world, movies that were never created, businesses that were never started because of fear, right? So I kind of get that feeling here where it's like you could have something inside of you that needs to be shared, and even if it only inspires one person, it's like if everybody did it, I feel like we would create a lot of abundance. So I would go for it. You have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is a card of learning. It's also, I feel, an apology. I do feel right here, this is like some sort of apology right here. I know it's hard to see, but Ace of Swords, Page of Pentacles. So for some of you, I feel like your future self is saying if you're waiting for a person to apologize, or if you're waiting for like news from a person or something, I do feel it's coming. It is weird because I do feel like some of you have been maybe waiting for an approval, or waiting for news, and I feel you could also be receiving that. With the World card, you have the Queen of Wands. Again, be bold, be assertive, be brave, put something out into the world. I always say this, Queen of Wands, she has this black cat in front of her. In the times of tarot, black cats were considered unlucky. The whole point of her black cat is that she doesn't care what anyone thinks. She just puts things out into the world. And I think one of the sneaky little energies that we're all dealing with right now is that there could be a lot of stuff that we're creating that might seem small, but is actually big. Meaning, we could think like, oh, this poem that I wrote isn't going to touch anyone, but you never know. It could go viral, touches like millions of people, right? Same thing with videos or anything else, anything that you want to create. You could be creating a garden in your backyard, and who knows? Maybe it inspires a bunch of people to start gardening or whatever. It doesn't matter. Again, the whole point is it might seem very small, but something you're feeling inspired to do might be very big, and I would get moving here, Gemini. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups to me is dreaming. I feel like you need to stop this energy right here. The Three of Pentacles to me is saying put it down on paper. And I'm kind of speaking figuratively here, but that Three of Pentacles I feel is more a call to action. I feel the Seven of Cups is saying you have all these ideas of things that you want to do. The Three of Pentacles I feel is saying it's time to get down to brass tacks. It's time to start building, right? It's time to start carving away at that marble. He's carved those Three Pentacles into marble, so it's time to put something into the real world at this time. With that the Page of Pentacles, you have the power. Magician. You create your own reality. Magician says you have all the talents, gifts, skills, and abilities necessary to do this. It's also about your focus. You can see that he's pointing to these flowers in the ground right here. The flowers say that he knows that he has to focus on joy, happiness, abundance. He has to focus on the right things to be able to create his own reality, to be able to create like the good things that he wants in his life. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this exchanging gifts card. So for some of you, there could literally be a gift coming in for you, I feel. For others, I feel it's a little bit more kind of coming from your higher self. You have the Two of Cups as your first card. And, I'll just show you. You have the Two of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Six of Wands. The Two of Cups is you and your higher self. You can see right here is the Staff of Hermes in between these two people. The Staff of Hermes represents communication. So I feel like you could be receiving communication in your dreams, your daydreams. Even when you're just driving down the road, you could get random flashes of insight. And I would be paying attention to those things. I feel that could be information coming in that is guiding you, and that could be the gift you're receiving. I do also feel there could be love. Probably a fire sign coming in for you, I'd say. If it's not a fire sign, whoever it is has a lot of fire in the chart. Definitely, I would say. So someone finds you very attractive, and there could be communication coming in there. I also feel that you could be receiving, like part of the gift could be some things that you've been hoping would happen. On the Four of Swords, he's kind of, you can see here, well, if it focuses, you could see, right? But he's hoping and praying for something. There's a person right here who's receiving blessings from another person, and I feel some of you have been hoping or praying that something in your life would happen, like, that things would go a certain way, and I feel that's kind of like the blessing you're receiving here. You also have the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is being cheered on. It's a card of excellence. It's a card of success and achieving something great. So I feel you are achieving something that could be getting you positive attention. Could be like a raise or promotion at work or in business. I also feel something, again, if it's not a raise or a promotion, if you have a business, I feel this could be something that's just very well received. Like if you're creating a new product, or if you're presenting a new item, in your store or something like that. I feel like something is very, I don't know, weird message, but it's popping into my head. I feel like something is like very well received. With the Two of Cups, you have the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like some of you are working on relationships. What is this? This is direct results. Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. I am hesitating on this hard. Do I focus on love or do I focus on work? What? This doesn't even have to do with this part of the reading, Gemini. I'm not sure if this is your own resistance or what. But for some of you, I feel there could be a gift of love coming in for you, and some of you are like, no, I'm going to focus on my business. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but what I am here to say is if you want love, I would open up to this energy. I feel like this person puts the work in, is what I would say here with the Eight of Pentacles. I'm not really saying this is a second chance, but I would say if you have like a friends with benefits situation or something that really hasn't gotten off the ground, I feel this could be you kind of working with that person to get something off the ground as well. I feel strange about that. With the four, I'm actually going to come back to that card in just a minute. With the Four of Swords, you have the Knight of Swords. So this is communication coming in. And again, I feel this is unexpected. Maybe sometimes I think we wait for like approval for something, or we wait for news about something for a very long period of time. And just like, we're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And then we just think it's never going to show up. So I feel this is kind of information showing up. With the Six of Wands, you have the Four of Cups. Four Cups is manifesting ingredients, you know, as I say. It is a card of apathy, contemplation and apathy. He's kind of just sitting there thinking, and he's manifesting things, but he needs to grab onto those things he's manifesting. So I would say my one warning here would be, sometimes I think we, again, manifest something in our life, and we're like, no, it can't be that easy. So then we don't accept it into our life. I feel like this is saying it is that easy, right? I want to clarify that Eight of Pentacles again. You have the Knight of Pentacles, no movement. Like I said, I was getting some sort of hesitation. I literally hesitated. Knight of Pentacles is being too cautious. I feel like if love is coming in for you, or something that you could love, right? Like, or something that you manifested, even with that Four of Cups, I feel like this is saying, don't look a gift horse in the mouth, as they say, right? If someone, I feel like this is saying, accept the gift that you are receiving, whatever it is you've asked. And here's the thing. I feel like you've been asking for it. Four of Swords, plain and simple. And so again, if it's love, it's not like you have to accept this love and force it into your life. I feel like you've been asking for it. So if it's not love, then it's something else. And I feel there's a gift coming in for you. And this is like saying, yes, it can be that easy. I don't know. That'll make sense to somebody, I'm sure. Maybe. Or maybe not. I don't know. Do I ever make sense? Probably not. Sorry, this whole entire deck just kind of flipped around on me. How professional, Gemini. But let me just check. All right. In your last row here with messages from your guides, you have the Firefly card. This is a card of inspiration. But, fireflies outside, they kind of flash, right? So I feel you are receiving flashes of inspiration, or you are being inspired or feeling inspired. And it's something that kind of flashes into your life. I've definitely had, projects where I go from, being very interested in it to not being so interested in it to being very interested in it. I go back and forth. And that's the type of energy I'm getting here with that Firefly card, is kind of like being super interested in something, then being super interested in something and not. And is this a bad thing? I would say no. You have the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and you have the Death card. Something is changing with this Death card, and I feel it's increasing your interest in a situation. Maybe you are interested in something, but it's like a hobby or just an interest, and I feel there have been other things in your life that take up some time. So because you get interested in, because there are other things like responsibilities, or maybe you have a job or a business that you also have to take care of, it's like that's when the interest kind of fades away in whatever this inspiring thing in your life is. But I kind of feel what's changing is the fact that you're now going to have more time with the Death card, or I feel you are more clear on how to create time so that you can work on something that you are interested in. Again, with that Eight of Pentacles, I do feel some of you could be working with a person where it's like maybe you've been super busy, so you've just been kind of dating a person, maybe hasn't really gone anywhere, but it's almost like you're opening up to how it could be something more serious, or how it could be something that you want. That's like the message I'm getting. And again, if it's not love, I feel like you're finding time with the Queen of Swords, or you're just more clear-headed. Sometimes, again, I feel like maybe just the world, things that are going on, it like takes up space in our brain, and we just don't have the clarity on how we can, work on that poem like I was talking about, or writing a book, or starting a YouTube channel. But now I feel there's just more clarity, and that's probably the thing that's allowing you to grab onto the interest. The Knight of Wands says, get building. This whole entire reading says to me that you need to start building. Knight of Wands, to me, is the builder in the tarot. To me, he is the one that kind of builds great things. He doesn't really care. North Node, that North Node card, step outside of a comfort zone, right? He would definitely step outside of a comfort zone. He is not afraid to do things differently either. If he starts working on a project and it doesn't work out the way that he thinks he needs to do it, he just does something else until it works. So he really doesn't give up either. He's very persistent, and that's what makes him successful ultimately. And I am getting that energy there, that being persistent would be a good idea. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Ace of Cups. Could be love, for sure, coming in here. I feel this is your emotions overflowing, a lot of happiness. So again, would definitely be attraction coming in for you with this person. And again, it could be any sign that's coming in for you. I do feel for some of you, there could be travel that has to take place with this person. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Death card again. Basically, the universe just saying those two cards are connected, which I kind of already said. With the Death card, you have the Page of Cups. Definitely could be new love coming in for you. And again, something is changing. I do feel for some of you, something is changing in an existing situation, whatever you want to call it. If you're not in anything, then this would just say that a change of time is probably what's allowing you to open up to love if you want it. If you don't want love, the Page of Cups, he has that fish in that cup, and that fish could represent something that he wants to create or manifest in his life. So I feel for a lot of you, this could be like a new opportunity, or you starting something like an interest or an interest-based business, something like that. And the Page of Cups really says, grab onto that fish, make it happen. But all right, we're gonna pull 3 yes or no question cards here, Gemini. So we're gonna do 1, 2, and 3 right here. So 1, 2, 3. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of your questions, but let's go. For question number 1, I would say, yeah, I feel like you waited too long. I feel like it's time to get moving with a 3 of Wands, so yes. For question number 2, yes, Ace of Cups, your emotions overflowing, being very happy. I feel this is tied to the communication or something you've been waiting for. So whatever you're asking about, you've probably been waiting to hear some news or hear something. I would say yes with the Ace of Cups. For question number 3, no, 9 of Swords, nightmare. So I would say no. This looks really good here, Gemini. I like it. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.